Alright guys, this is how I switched to a 5-button key fob, 315 hertz to a 902 hertz. And this is for entertainment purposes only, so take everything at will and do your own research. Thanks. So I called the local Ford dealer, was able to find this part, was able to drive and go get it. Cost me about $67, but a lot of places have it on sale for like 50, but they had it in stock. The number was different on the model, but I did get it from a Ford dealer, so I'm assuming it's kind of the same part. So first step, what you want to do is you want to plug in your OBD2 connector. That way you can get FORScan set up. And then after you're inside of FORScan and you connect it in the bottom left-hand corner, click the little cable. You're going to go to the configuration, the RTM module configuration as built format. You're going to click the play button in the bottom left-hand corner, and it's going to open it up for you. And really all we're going to do, you're going to agree to these, but all we're going to do is we're going to save as, just in case. We're going to save the module configuration. God forbid you did mess anything up, you can go to the Ford website and reload it all. But so we're just saving it here, and then we're going to jump into actually pulling everything off. And then with the Torx bit, you're going to take off this coat hanger here. I did break the piece of plastic right here, so just gently pull it back, but not that really big of a deal. So after you take that off, you're going to pop off the C trim panel. As you can see, I already did that. And then on the B panel, you have to take off this handle. So with a knife, you're gently just going to pop off that plastic piece, which exposes the bolts. You unscrew those bolts. I think it was like a 10 millimeter, 7 millimeter, head for that. And then you're going to pull this down, and then the seal on that passenger door, you're going to pull out the upholstery above, out of that, and then right back there's the actual part. So as you can see, here's the old part that transmits the 315. I just used a screwdriver to make it a little bit easier, but there's this little piece right here. You just slightly pop it in and pull, and it comes out super easy. So be careful, don't break that. And then here, you have these little clips all around. They were kind of difficult. I did use the screwdriver a little bit on some of them that I was having difficulties with, but was being very, very careful that I did not break these. So on this one, there's 2 pieces right here, and there's actually 2 in the back. So you kind of got to, wiggle it to pop it out of the back. But this is the piece that we are replacing that's going to change it to the 902. That's just here in the back of the truck on the passenger side. So here's the old part number. As you can see, the HC3T there. And then here is the new part number, or the new part. As I said, the part number listed on this was different than the box, but I did buy it from a Ford dealer. So we're going to come back up in here. It's fitting in there the exact same, little bit longer in the piece that's already there. Actually, it fits perfectly in there. So you're just going to pop it up on all 3 of these clips in the front. And then right here is where this just plugs right in. Just kind of like what we did when we took it out. So you're going to plug that back in. And then also there's actually the clips in the back too that I did forget about for a second. So you're just going to have to reach in and kind of push up in there. A little tight squeeze, but didn't want to pull down any more of the upholstery on the ceiling. So it's in there. Now, I would not put everything back together at this point. I would then go back and make sure everything works. So once we get back in here in the FORScan, I already had remote start enabled. It was already enabled on my truck, and I went down a rabbit hole, and I ended up adding security, or perimeter security plus, which allows me to enable remote start and click the lock, unlock, and then lock on the 3-button key fob, and it would start everything. So I already did all that, so I don't know if you'll need to do that or not. It was a plus, mine was already enabled. But here all I'm doing is clicking that load all, and loading everything that we already saved in. Then I'm clicking write all. So it's just putting the data back into the new transceiver. And then so we're going to cycle the engine off and then back on. And that should be it. And I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration of everything, with the key fob now. Also, I already programmed the 902 remotes that I'm about to demonstrate as well. So basically, this key is dead because this was 315 megahertz, and I went to the 902. And now these work. Lock. Starts my truck. And the back works.